are about as handcrafted as they come. Our batches are put together by batch makers, by hand. That's a unique experience. It's not automated, it's real people making real cocktail mix.
When people come to our plant and then they see what we put into our products, our handmade batches, our highest quality fruit, the best variety, then they are amazed at what goes into this.
Every ingredient that comes into the plant has a lot number with it, and that's so that you can trace it.
We know what we're getting when we receive it, and then we check it again to make sure.
We have a checklist of each material that comes in. We go down and QC what's on our checklist. We can't receive anything that's not up to our standards.
We pull all the lot numbers just as soon as they come in. Azola comes down, she helps QC them, and we do this on strawberry, mango, everything. This is a QC sheet that comes in. On the truck is a box, and it has a temperature gauge on it. We read that tape. If it don't read right, we'll reject those berries.
All the ingredients go to the batching department. We have a refrigerated room, 2 big coolers, and then we also have a freezer.
The mangoes, the strawberry purees, the raspberries, we have to pull them from the night before. We have to make sure they're thawed and ready and have them as fresh as we can possibly have.
I've got it down to a system now. I know how it comes in, how it's stored, how we thaw it. We monitor that 7 days a week so that it's just perfect, and then right into the tank.
We do anywhere between 40 and 70 batches a day, so there's a lot of batches that are moving through, each one being about 1,000 gallons.
It's a sequence of every product goes in certain orders, and it's heated up in a certain way, mixed in a certain way.
This here is a batch sheet, instructions of how you make that batch. If you don't follow these procedures, you're going to end up in big trouble with me.
We run water through the tanks, about 1,000 gallons through each side before we even start batching. Then we start preparing. And every ingredient is weighed out by hand.
I'll weigh up the ingredients for the batches for the next day. And I'll put the batch number and the batch letter and the ingredient and how much, and I'll stage it in order. Then the batch makers will take that, and before they put it in, they mark it off that it's all there. And then they'll also make another check on the sheet as they put it in the tank.
And they go to the control panel. Each one of them gets on their tank. We start with the water, certain amount of water that goes in the beginning. We have a great process to give us a much better taste.
We've got 4 4-inch water lines, rated 200 gallons per minute per unit. Comes into the charcoal filter, and then another screen, and then it goes through the UV system, make sure it's all sterilized, and then goes out in the plant.
Then you put your purees into the batch. It is cooked for a certain amount of time, then we can add the rest of our sugar and finish the batch off.
You will notice that all of our products have a much, much more true to fruit, less cooked, a fresher note. That's another thing that Azola has brought to this picture.
I designed a process for American Beverage where we pasteurize our products at a lower temperature. We put all this effort into procuring these wonderful fruits. Such a beautiful color that we get in. The flavor is fantastic. And then I don't want to burn it off at 210 Fahrenheit when I'm pasteurizing the product. So what I do is, it's called a hurdle concept. That's what I'm going to leave you with, and that's the science behind it.
It's exclusive to us and FDA approved, and you can't top that because, again, it goes back to keeping that real fruit flavor experience.
We finish it off, and then Doris comes into play. She comes and tests it. She takes a sample of the product back to the lab. She does the testing, the pH, the bricks.
Nothing is sent from batching to bottling until those are all 100% approved.